everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The stakes have been raised here in the wild card round as it's time to win or get an early start on the offseason. It's the Vikings going up against the Lions.
All right, Larry, first opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit. Tonight, it's the NFC's turn to take center stage as we've got a wild card matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second down, 9 yards to go. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They had a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Miles Killebrew with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. On play action, it's Rodgers. Going deep for Diggs. It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now it's Rodgers. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be two guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
And this one is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Here we go.
A second down run for Abdullah. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Here we go.
Kaepernick looking to throw. 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short. They elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Second down following the run. Again, it's Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flushed out right. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the... Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, Rodgers eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The leg work there getting him the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Now a play fake here on first down. The left side caught by Diggs. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Rodgers going to throw. Going with a screen for Murray. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And a screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. First down, Abdullah. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Anthony Barr from his outside linebacker spot. He gets him down here for a loss of 4. Here's third and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack.
Here we go. Flex round.
Working from the gun. It's Kaepernick. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
Well, they just treated third and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
A toss to Abdullah. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Again, it's Abdullah. Room here to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. Pass incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, Kaepernick. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This is Abdullah. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we
trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph from 21 yards away. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And last time, 1 play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Kaepernick. This is a screen to Abdullah. And he spins through. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Lions on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Let's go. Flex round. Flex round.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And incomplete here on 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They run it again with Cook. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he fires one, but incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here's Austin. Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Flex round. Flex round. Here we go. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. And he's got room. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Open space inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Amir Abdullah, a 23-yard run. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. And he's able to put it through. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now Rodgers. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
On play action, Rodgers. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Akeem Spence in there again as this offensive line is in tatters. 3 sacks in 3 plays. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Austin. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here come the Lions now. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. Flush to his right, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Kaepernick. And he connects with Ebron. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They go back to Abdullah on 1st. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Amir Abdullah with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Lions are in for 6. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Shift together here from the D-line. On 2nd down, Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Ziggy Ansah with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They pitch to Abdullah. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Linval Joseph able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack.
Let's go! Ohio! Ohio! 55 spot, guys. Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Throwing now is Kaepernick. And he's going to go down again. Sharif Floyd. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the 2nd half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for Minnesota. 45 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Rodgers now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On the carry, it's Cook. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
On the run, Abdullah. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice. To throw, Kaepernick. He'll buy some time right. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They'll run here. Abdullah. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 34. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep him within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
And now out comes Minnesota. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He's back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. They'll look to throw. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Vikings on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Flush to his right. And he finds Cook. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He'll look to throw. It's caught at the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Bucky Hodges in the final minute. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Detroit getting set to go now. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Detroit. 55 yards.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Now Kaepernick, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Back to throw, Kaepernick. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So here's the veteran kicker, Matt Prater. This to advance to the divisional round. And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football.